Hello, everybody. How to overcome fear in challenging times. I thought that the time we are living right now is the best one to just trying to lovingly give you some concrete help about how going along, understand and overcome fears. It is quite natural that in challenging times like this one, fears may come up, or a mind that where the thoughts flow all over the place and so on. And I thought it could be very useful to give some practical tips on how to go along with it. So first of all, I would like to explain you what fear is. Fear is just a negative emotion that we create for ourselves. Now, why do we do it? Not because we are masochists and we want to create something bad for ourselves. This is unconscious. Like, we are not conscious about what we are thinking and feeling. The problem is, in the first place, we are not living life one moment after the other. So we are not living life in the present moment. Because if you would just see clearly in this exact moment without my thoughts going in the future and creating some scenes and making me fearful, I would see that in the present moment everything is okay, and actually we don't know what the next moment will bring. So everything we are going to think about the next moment and the next moment and the next moment, it just makes you abide in the future and stress ourselves about the future that we don't know if it will come at all the way we are depicting it in our mind. So I really would like you to understand that when you don't abide in the present moment and you are always thinking about the future, you are actually creating unloving thoughts for yourself. You are creating scaring thoughts for yourself in setting up a movie, a horror movie for you that you really don't know if we will ever come like this. If it will come like this, maybe it will come just 100% of what you fear about it, or it will not come at all, or whatever. So it is very important to understand that being in the moment and living this life one moment after the other, and try to see how to remain stable and healthy enough in this moment to take my precautions, to act in a way that keep myself and others safe. So the second thing that is very, very important, when this fear comes, this fear can also bring physical symptoms, like your breathing is going away and you have just headache and migraine and very, very physical symptoms. So you can create through these fears and through these really unnecessary, unloving thoughts in this moment, you can really create disease for yourself. So my second advice is, so the first thing, stay in the present moment as much as you can. If you can't and you have these feelings arising, then my second advice is try to sit still. And now you say, you talk easily. How can I sit still when I have all this mind? You can. Just don't listen to your mind that tells you cannot sit still. You can. So when you have a fear attack, or you see that your mind is just going all over the place, just sit in silence in a place where you are alone and just breathe. Try to do some diaphragmatic breathing, some very slow breathing. Breathe out from your mouth at the beginning. This will calm you down a little bit. And sit there watching your breathing. Just put your attention concretely in your inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation, if you want, you can also count 1, then you exhale, 2, then you exhale, 3, then you exhale. So this regular attention on the breathing will take you completely away from your thoughts. because our thoughts come so widely just because we empower them, we give them lots of attention, we identify completely, and so they come more and more without any end. The moment we take the attention away from the thoughts, and for example we put it on the breathing, this is only one possibility, the breathing, there are many others, but now let's talk about this because it's the most simple and the most powerful. So you just sit watching your breathing, your inhalation and exhalation for a few minutes. You will see that your mind has already slowed down. So as once your mind slows down, it is very easily for you to watch, observe, and understand what are you feeling. So let your emotions come. Don't fear to come. Like if you feel, like try to identify where your emotions is acting. Like you have maybe a knot in the stomach. You might have a heart that beats quicker and stuff like this. Just try to identify where this emotion physically is and don't fear it. Let it come, but let it come without empowering it. Like allow yourself to feel this pain, to feel this grief, to feel this sadness. Yeah, but without becoming a victim of it, without empowering it and without exaggerating it. Just try to feel it, because the moment you allow this pain, this fear, this sadness to be felt by you, this will slowly go away. This will pass away, because emotions like fears, negative emotions, just go away like clouds in the sky. You just have to give them silence and calm enough and time enough to come, be felt, so that they can move. So you will see that if you just face your fear fearlessly, you just try really to stay there and say, okay, come, and let me see what happens. I'm not going to die. Nothing will happen. You will see, you will not going to die. Don't fear to feel this emotion, because this will not kill you. This will not happen anything with you. In the contrary, something good will happen with you, that it will go away. It will pass away very soon. As long as you allow it and don't resist it, it will pass away like a cloud in the sky. So, this is my second advice, right? On how to really face fears. Then I would have some general advice on how you can prevent this fear and this mind to become like that. You see, like as I said, the first thing you do is you just abide in the present moment, like practical tools on how to prevent fears is just stay in the present moment. Just live this moment without thinking at the next one or at the past one or whatever other one. Okay, so just try not to think. Just try to keep your mind focused on the things that you're doing right now, and keep your mind free from unnecessary, unloving thoughts. Unloving thoughts are fearful thoughts, are negative thoughts, false thoughts about yourself, everything that is not good. So everything that makes you feel bad is a negative thought. So just try to be in the present moment and check consciously. Every time you're feeling good, you are not thinking something bad. If you catch yourself thinking something negatively, just don't empower these thoughts. Let them pass. Let them simply pass. The second thing is you could, for example, as I said, meditation and yoga. People say to me, but now I have also to do yoga. And now we have lots of time. We can be home. And I tell you, please, by doing yoga asanas, you will switch down your mind to the maximum. You just need to look at 2-3 postures or learn how to do 2-3 postures, and you just try to do it very, very slowly. You just stay in one posture for 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, as much as you can, and you will see in the moment you are staying in this posture and you're conscious and focused about trying to be able to do this kind of movement, your mind will completely shut down. You will not have unnecessary thoughts, and you will not have thoughts at all. That's why I cannot stop advising you guys, you people, please try yoga. Not only the asanas is just the bridge to set your mind down so that you can then sit in silence, watch your breathing, and doing some meditation. Actually, meditation is nothing else than sitting silently and watching what's happening within yourself, you see, and concentrating on this breathing so that it takes you away from the mind, and then the rest happens by itself. So it's not a big thing, meditation. You just have to sit there and try to see what happens. So this is something, an advice that I only give, and that is always good. Also going in the nature, I know now in the moment we cannot, but otherwise when in other situations you will have negative thoughts and fears, going in natures is really healing. Like nature has really this calmness and this stillness that you need, that your mind needs. So this is always the best thing to do. Self-love. You see, many people say, oh yeah, but what is this self, or what is it? Self-love starts from you not creating unpleasant thoughts and false beliefs about yourself. So it is very important that you start understanding that the moment you create negative beliefs like I'm not good enough, I will not survive, and I will be sick, and all my family be sick, or just negative thoughts about yourself of any kind, you are torturing this piece of life that you are, and you don't have the right to it. So try to I know you don't want it, it's not something you do consciously, but try to become conscious about this. You will see that if you are conscious, and you are conscious that you don't want to create these unloving thoughts for yourself, you will see when you will catch one coming, you will not empower it anymore. So this is very important, to create this kind of awareness about what you're thinking, and what is a loving thought, and what is a loving behavior towards yourself. A loving behavior, for example, could be eating vegetarian food, stop eating meat, because unfortunately nowadays when we eat meat, we are really eating the fear and the stress of animals that were mistreated and killed in the most violent way. So all these feelings that the animals had inside, plus the entire antibiotica and whatever they have got to stay healthy, you will get it into your body. And so it is very difficult then for your body to stay fearless, to stay calm, to remain stable. So your mind will not be stable, and your inner world will not be stable enough if you put too much meat inside your body. So I'm not telling you to become a vegetarian or a vegan, or no, not all these dramatic things. Try to avoid meat, really, always, if you can. But in this period, it's very important that you don't ingest more fear and more stress and more something that is not good for you. So eat vegetarian foods, lots of fruits, dried fruits, vegetables, things like lentils. Just try to watch out a little bit that you don't feel yourself too much. Like, don't eat too much. Eat just what makes you energetically, but makes you be stable, not lethargic, not overflowing with, I don't know, because the moment you get lethargic, you also cannot be aware about what you're thinking, what you're doing. So it's not so good for remaining calm and trying to overcome fears or negative emotions in your mind. So if you can, stop watching all the time news and newspaper and TV. And I know it's important, keep yourself just updated now and then, check on the internet, but I would just suggest you to avoid to look every moment, three deaths, 4 deaths, 400 deaths, because this will just not help you to stay in the moment. So yes, stay informed, know what you have to do, know all your precautions that you have to take. but don't go look every moment to scare yourself. This is also unloving, okay? So do what's needed and don't overdo it. Yes, if you can, also avoid negative people. Like, for example, if you have in your family or friends at the moment, especially people that just are negative, full of fears and stuff, try to avoid them at the moment. If you're not stable enough that you can help them and you can help them to become stable and to understand how to not panic and so on, it's good that you take distance from people that just try to throw panic and have this end of the world vision and all this stuff, because this first doesn't lead anywhere and second is really nonsense. Yes, if you can, before going to bed, create some rituals, use some ilang ilang oil, try, as I said, not to read emails or TV or newspaper before going to bed. Create your beautiful moments with your family or alone with yourself. Read poetry, listen for your favorite music, or just write your journal, write what you feel on a piece of paper. It will help you to get rid of all these emotions, and then you go peacefully to bed. Yes, this is actually already a lot, I think, for you guys outside there. I hope that you will just have some advantages from these tips. Take what resonates with you and what you think can help you, and the rest just leave it. But with these, I really wish to send you lots of love. Take care of yourself. And really, 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 in this moment, I want to hug and be with everybody, either that are struggling with the sickness or just struggling with their mind about the sickness. Just, I send you all my love, and know that you're all not alone. You're always in the mind and the heart of everybody, and of mine in particular. So lots of love. Have a nice day. Bye.